percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
Nitoryu is another related sword blade style that Roronoa Zoro developed over the course of his journey, when in situations where his techniques have had to adapt for one reason or another. These are the attacks he uses with two swords. Nitoryu was also Zoro's original fighting style when he began to learn how to wield a sword before accepting Kuina's sword and practicing Santoryu. First, we will take a look at all the Nitoryu style before the time skip.
Taka Nami, meaning hawk wave. While airborne, he creates a powerful gust of wind to knock opponents over. It was first used to wipe out some Barrack Works agents at Whiskey Peak. Zoro says this attack is very useful against a group of weak enemies.
Taka Nami!
The next one is Sai Kuru, meaning Rhino Revolve. Zoro holds his swords in front of him pointing up like rhinoceros horns and spin slashes around himself in an instant, almost akin to Tatsumaki but more briefly. This was first seen being used against the Frankie family when they ambushed Zoro on the Going Merry.
Sai Kuru!
Nitoryu Iai, Rashomon, meaning two-sword style thin life gate. A dual sword drawing technique so powerful that it can split large obstacle in half. Zoro draws his swords and sheathes them quickly, able to split two train carriage in half. This was first seen being used to cut open two sea train carriage filled with marines and world government agents. Interestingly, none of the passengers were harmed at all.
Nitoryu Iai. Rashomon.
Nanajuni Pound Ho, which means 72-pound cannon. Same principle as the 36-pound cannon, holding his two swords horizontally above the shoulder. Zoro then performs a circular swing that launches two air-comprised projectiles, spiraling towards the target instead of one, making it twice as powerful. This was first seen being used against Kaku to counter his Rankyaku, Hakurai.
Nanajuni Pound Ho!
Nigiri, meaning two-cutter. A stance where two swords are held parallel so that the tips are pointing to his right or left side. This move is like a pre-requirement to perform Toro, Otoro, Hirameki, Samon, and Maguma. These four techniques, which is Toro, Otoro, Hirameki, and Samon, was first seen being used against Kaku.
Nitoryu, Nigiri. Toro! Otoro! Hirameki! Samon!
And the other technique, which is Maguma, was first seen being used against Ryuma.
Maguma!
And the last one, Dai Gekken, meaning Great Fencing Sword. Zoro pierces two of his swords into Frankie's heavy nunchaku and hits the opponent with it. This was first seen being used against Oars. So that's all before the time skip. Let's move on after the time skip. First one, we got Nigiri, Toro, Samon, which is 2-cutter, climbing tower, sand drawing. A combination of 3 former techniques, Nigiri, Toro, Samon. Zoro uses 2 swords in an upward diagonal slash to send a double air-based projectile attack that cuts his opponent. This was first seen being used against Basil Hawkins.
Nitoryu Nigiri Toro Samon.
And the last one, Nanahyakuniju Pound Ho, which means 720-pound cannon, a more powerful version of the 72-pound cannon, holding his 2 swords horizontally above the shoulder. Zoro then performs a circular swing that launches 2 air-comprised projectiles spiraling towards the target. The attack was first seen being used against Kurozumi Orochi, though it was deflected by Kyoshiro.
Nanahyakuniju Pound Ho.
So that's all for now. Which Nitoryu style do you like? Comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you! Jenny!